Well, hey guys, summer is officially here. You know what that means. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my seasonal skincare and hair care empties. Now, as a reminder, I do an entirely separate video dedicated to sunscreen empties. So that will be coming shortly. But in this video, I'm just going to share with you the skincare and hair care products that I finished up over the past several months to year, but predominantly in the spring season. In no particular order, I tried out quite a bit of skincare recently from the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree has some gems. I have been eyeing this global beauty care mask for some time, the pore refining one. And check out my video reviewing the Dollar Tree skincare products. This was one that I shared with you guys there. This was fun, very hydrating. It's intended to minimize the appearance of pores, and it largely can help do that temporarily just by improving hydration of the skin barrier. When the cells and everything are plumped up and hydrated, the skin surface looks a lot smoother and pores subsequently look smaller. This does have tea tree leaf extract in it, which is an ingredient that can be irritating for some. While this was hydrating and fun to do, I did find that it kind of tingled my skin a bit, and the shape of it was like this gelatinous material, which is kind of fun, but it didn't stay on my face particularly well. It rolled up very easily. So if you're going to try this out, I suggest you do it lying down. But it was not a fail. It was fun. If you like having spa days, this is one you may want to try. I also tried out the Freeman Micro Darts. Now these were an epic fail for me, but I was going back on some of my older Dollar Tree Shop With Me videos where I saw these and talked about the ingredients, and a lot of you commented that you use them and you like them, but for me these were a fail. What are they? They're little patches that have these micro darts that are infused with hyaluronic acid and peptides, which are ingredients that can help improve the moisture content in the skin, and ultimately that will help temporarily smooth out fine lines and surface irregularities. The micro darts are intended to dissolve in the stratum corneum, releasing those ingredients. In theory, they penetrate a little bit more deeply, if you will. I found that these, A, didn't really do much, B, were very, very sticky. When it came time to remove them, it was like getting a facial wax. It pulled out some of my little baby hairs. Not only did I try the forehead patch, but I also tried the fine line patches. The forehead patch is so tiny, it barely covers any surface territory. Unless you have like one little extra wrinkly spot somewhere on your face. This, I don't know, it just didn't do anything for me. As a word of warning, I should have mentioned this in the Dollar Tree video. If you are on Accutane, I would not suggest doing this because the skin barrier with Accutane becomes a lot more fragile, and so things like waxing can lead to skin sores. Because this was so tenacious and was almost felt like I was waxing when I pulled it off, I would exercise caution. Not to mention, it's hard to predict if those micro darts are going to be irritating to people on Accutane. But yeah, those were a no-go for me, but I did use them up. Y'all, this has been a 2023 epic win. This Gold Bond Retinol Overnight body and face lotion. It has retinol in it and it has peptides. This packs a punch, and I visibly see a difference in the appearance of the skin on my body. I don't use this on my face, but it can be used on the face. The reason I don't use it on my face is because I'm using tretinoin on my face already, and using tretinoin and then using another retinol doesn't make sense, and it can increase irritation. So I've just been using this on my body. It made an appearance, I believe, in my last Empties video, and I have another one going. I love it so much. It's so deeply hydrating. It has niacinamide in it, which I know some of you are sensitive to, but it really does help with the moisture barrier. It also can help address hyperpigmentation. If you have keratosis pilaris, definitely consider checking this out because the formulation will help with addressing the moisture barrier issues that exacerbate dryness and the formation of those rough bumps, but the retinol may improve cell turnover, ultimately reducing the formation of the bumps. This is a winning product, and it's free of fragrance. Gold Bond has some gems, y'all. Their eczema hand cream I'm currently using and loving. I reviewed products from the Paula's Choice Calm line, the newer products. This was several months ago, and I did finish up their repairing serum. This was so-so. It was a hydrating serum with beta-glucan, which I really love. It's humectant rich. And this also has sodium hyaluronate, another humectant. It has ceramides, which are good for the moisture barrier. Honestly, this whole line was a bit of a letdown in my opinion, coming from Paula's Choice. I just felt like the products were kind of underwhelming. I mean, you can check out my full review, but I did finish this. It was nice, but I would not purchase it. This was gifted to me. So was their Ultra Gentle Cleanser. And I finished that up as well. This, I didn't particularly care for the texture. I found it a little slippery, a little slimy, and for the price, I just did not feel as though it was, you know, anything mind-blowing. It's just a very basic, mild, fragrance-free cleanser, but again, the texture of it was a little unwieldy, and I didn't quite enjoy that, but I did finish it. The reason, I want to make a disclaimer, the reason you will end up seeing a lot of empty facial cleansers is for a few reasons. First of all, oftentimes I do wash my face twice a day. That's not necessary. Sometimes I go to washing my face just once a day. It really just kind of varies from season to season. I also use facial cleansers as hand wash. And I also will, from time to time, use facial cleanser to shave under my arms as well. Although currently I'm using shave oil from the Tree Hut that I adore, as well as a shave lotion from Dollar Tree that is competing with the Tree Hut. Anyway, I digress. That's why you're gonna see a lot of facial cleanser empties, including 2 containers of my favorite Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Gel Cleanser, fragrance free. Now, they make these and you can refill this bottle, but this smaller one was gifted to me from Neutrogena. I buy this and then they had gifted me this one, so I finished up this smaller package. So I went through 13.3 ounces of Hydro Boost Hydrating Gel Cleanser. Speaking of cleansing, you guys know I really enjoy doing a double cleanse. I use a cleansing balm or a cleansing oil to melt away cosmetics, water-resistant sunscreen, and one of my favorites, the Beauty of Joseon Radiance Cleansing Balm. This is fragrance-free. It's a nice, I mean, it's empty, but it's a nice silky consistency. It just does a really wonderful job. It's a pretty affordable product. I do enjoy the packaging. It does come with a scoop, which I have washed and put away because I find those are kind of handy to reuse for other things. So yeah, finished that. Now this, speaking of double cleanse, is another jelly oil makeup melting cleanser from Fenty Skin. I used this as a first step in the double cleanse. This was gifted to me. It was fine, it worked well. It does have fragrance, which is not my preference. The fragrance is actually kind of pleasant. It doesn't linger. This doesn't burn around the eyes. I mean, objectively, it's a decent product. This packaging, however, oh, they need to do away with this packaging. It's the worst but what happens is, so you get the product out by pushing this plunger. It reminds me of an old school push pop. I mean, maybe they still make push pops. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? So once you get down to even about here, this becomes increasingly difficult to dispense the product. And for that reason, this packaging is just annoying to the nines. So this isn't something I would recommend, I would purchase, but it wasn't bad per se. And if you like it, I can see why. It's a nice product and it does the job, but the packaging is a no-go for me. A while back, I reviewed the Pyeong Yule Black Tea line, and I finished the Black Tea Enriched Cream. I finished the Black Tea Boosting Serum. It's hard to see the label on this packaging, by the way, with the ring light and everything. And I also finished the Pyeong Yule Black Tea Deep Infusion Toner. Now this whole line, the storyline ingredient, if you will, is fermented black tea, which the fermentation process in theory enriches for antioxidants. And antioxidants from tea, they, provided they get in and they're stable and all of that sort of thing, they can help combat oxidative stress from exposure to environmental stressors like ultraviolet radiation, pollution, infrared radiation. Tea polyphenols in skincare have also been shown to be helpful for people who have oily, acne-prone skin. Also have niacinamide, another antioxidant, which is good for the moisture barrier and also good for oily, acne-prone skin. I really, really loved the Black Tea Enriched Cream. I would be remiss to say that this was not amazing. I really loved it, but there are a lot of other facial moisturizers from Pyeong Yule that I love equally as much that are less expensive. So I wouldn't necessarily purchase this again, but it was good. I really enjoyed it, and there's something about Pyeong Yule products. If you're new here, it's a Korean brand that I have honestly just loved for years and years, and I always see a noticeable difference in the smoothness, luminosity of my skin when I'm using their products. And this line was no exception. So I really loved the cream. Now, the boosting serum versus the infusion toner. The ingredients are more or less the same. I said niacinamide. There's also argireline. These products have argireline, a peptide that allegedly acts like Botox, but in reality, it could never really work that way and doesn't get to the place where it needs to be to work like Botox. Probably just works to hydrate the top layers of the skin and smooth out fine lines and wrinkles. These both have argireline. Honestly, the ingredients in these products are not much different. The main difference, honestly, is that the boosting serum has caramel added to give it a brownish tint. Otherwise, they feel the same and the ingredients are pretty similar. And I ended up using them both together, but then for a while I tried out either alone to see like, was there any difference? Bottom line, no, I don't think you need to buy both products, and it's a lot more affordable to go with this bigger one. However, if you don't anticipate you're going to use it as frequently or take you longer to go through, then you might want to go with this boosting serum. It's a smaller bottle. I think this would make a nice gift too. The packaging is very nice. So with these, I really do see an improvement in skin luminosity, hydration, but I also get a similar outcome with the Pyeong Yule Moisture Ampule. Love that product. So I'd probably just go back to that. Although these do have a lot of other ingredients that product does not have. So, you know, this may make more sense for you, but to get what I saw with this, I know I could just go to that other product and be just as happy. Coming back to Fenty Skin, I also finished up their Thick and Smooth Rich Peptide Eye Cream. I found this very underwhelming, to be frank. And as I made my way through the product, the dispensation of it became increasingly challenging, which seems to be a theme with the Fenty Skin products. And by that I mean, basically this is kind of like a chapstick applicator where you twist and product comes out, but it has a little hole there where the product comes out. And initially it was great, like you would twist and it would give you just the right amount of an eye cream to use. But then as you made your way through it, there'd be like an air bubble or something and you'd have to twist, 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 and then all of a sudden you would get way too much. This was gifted to me, so I went ahead and tried it to see how how it was. But yeah, you don't need an eye cream like this to just, for the purposes of moisturizing the skin, which is what this did. It moisturized the skin around my eyes. In my opinion though, a much better eye cream for moisturizing around your eyes, if you like eye creams, again, you don't need one, but if you like eye creams, is the CeraVe Skin Renewing Eye Cream with caffeine and peptides. That is a really nice eye cream, and it's much less expensive in comparison to this, and it doesn't have this annoying packaging. Y'all, Goodall is a Korean brand I discovered thanks to my Korean advent calendar that was gifted to me from Stavana and from YesStyle, and I'm so glad that I got to try this from that calendar because it's great. The vegan rice milk moisturizing cream. This is very hydrating. It kind of has a balmy consistency. It's very nice for dry, very sensitive skin. So after I tried this and fell in love with it, I have subsequently purchased and I'm currently using some other products from Goodall that are, likewise very good. So I think Goodall is proving itself to be a nice brand overall from what I've tried so far. But yeah, highly recommend this if you are just looking for a basic fragrance-free facial moisturizer. It's really good. I'm telling you, Korean skincare, their facial moisturizers, they're always, there's something a little extra with them, and I can't always explain what it is, but there's a visible difference in the skin when I'm using those Korean moisturizers, I've noticed. I mean, there are some American moisturizers that give me good results as comparable, but you kind of have to hunt around for them. For example, the Aveeno Calm and Restore Oat Gel Moisturizer, in my opinion, is competitive with a lot of these Korean ones. I also made my way through the Timeless Coenzyme Q10 Serum. I used 3 drops of this to my face and neck every morning after cleansing before applying my sunscreen. I love this, and I definitely feel as though my skin is a little bit softer using this. That could all be in my head. What this is an antioxidant serum. It has Q10, coenzyme Q10. It also has matrixyl, which are 2 peptides that theoretically may help with collagen production. I've been using this for going on a year now. I want to say, was it a year ago I reviewed all of the Timeless serums? And this one I've repurchased, I feel like this is my 5th bottle of this, I want to say. As far as skincare, last but not least, in the realm of serums, I finished the May Love Fade Away Brightening Serum. This was a 2022 skincare favorite and I continue to use it. I've repurchased this multiple times. Originally it was gifted to me, but I since, kept buying it myself. It's a serum that has kojic acid in it, which is helpful for hyperpigmentation. But the formula overall is like very hydrating. I definitely see an improvement in overall skin luminosity and an evening, if you will, of skin tone. I typically go through more of this, but because I was trying out all of those Pyeong Yule products in the black tea line, I kind of paused using this for a while to give those, a chance on their own to really get a sense of those products. But I come back to this and it is very good, and I finished one. All right, and then lastly, I have two hair care products here, hair masks. I like to do a hair mask a couple of times a week, especially on the nights of the week where I use more of a clarifying shampoo. And I have been using the Trader Joe's shea butter and coconut oil hair mask. This is decent, not bad. And it's got coconut oil, which is really good for the hair. It also has shea. This does have fragrance in it, but it does a job. Like, I did find that my hair was silky and manageable using this. It took me a while to make my way through the 5.1 ounces too, so this is a really good value. Now, y'all know I'm a huge fan of the Fabfit Fun Box that I get seasonally, and this truffle mask infused with black truffle extract came in one of them. And this was pretty nice too. It has shea butter like the Trader Joe's one, no coconut oil. It also has Hippophae raminoides, otherwise known as sea buckthorn oil, which is rich in antioxidants. I really like this, but the fragrance on this was quite strong and would not be something I would purchase. I'm glad I gave it a try though, and I did make my way through it. It did leave my hair nice and manageable, soft, similar to this though, and this is significantly more expensive, so I would go back to the Trader Joe's one if it came down to these two. So that is everything, you guys, that I finished up this past several months. Some of these things were started way before spring though, so don't feel like you started and finished all of this in one season limited. These have been things that have either been in the works for several months. One of these, for example, I started, back in January. So they've been, ongoing for a while, and I finally made my way through them. Anyway, y'all, make sure you stay tuned for my sunscreen empties video, because I have some great ones. Actually, I'm going to film that right now, so expect to see me in the same outfit. But if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.